Aquarius, here's your master game plan for 2026. Aquarius, 2026 is the year that you stop trying to fit into the box that the world has built for you, and you start creating the trend that everyone else will eventually follow. You are at the epicenter of a massive planetary shift. This isn't just a new year. It is a total reinvention of your identity. It's time to drop the script, fire that physical team, one that you keep seeking their approval, or the one that demands your approval, and start listening to the spiritual team that is guiding you to your actual power. Because with Pluto in Aquarius, it is smashing the script. Pluto is currently transiting your sign. It is primarily impacting those born in the first week of Aquarius. This is the most profound rebirth that you will ever experience in your lifetime. You are at the end of a massive cycle. You are feeling a deep Plutonian elimination of your old identity, a false identity, one that was covering you up. And you are beginning to feel the first surges of a power that you have never unleashed before. Pluto is smashing the scripts that you had for your career, for your partnerships, and all those manifestations that you thought that you wanted. It is revealing right now that you are in love with the packaging rather than the contents inside. And Pluto will use crises, often unpopularity and disapproval, in order to beat the need for external validation out of you. It forces you to align with your own authentic truth, even if no one else can see it yet. Don't cling to the old values or the way that things were supposed to be. If you refuse to align with your own unpopular views, you will experience heavy crises. Remember, you are not here to be accepted by those souls who are not aligned with your vision. You are here to be the magnet for those who do. And when you risk disapproval, when you stop seeking approval from non-resonant souls, and you start to actually channel guidance from your spiritual team, you become a trendsetter whose authenticity cannot be ignored. And with Neptune shifting into Aries on January 26th, you're going into a mental revolution. For those of you born in the first week of Aquarius, this will start a phase of very conscious skill building. The blockages to your instincts are being washed away. You are moving from a quiet internal shift into an active vocal phase where you must defend your position. You are realizing that you have the power to manifest your own reality. You are learning to trust your own internal push beyond any logical reasoning. Neptune dissolves the current reality to merge you with your true self. It shifts the landscape of your local environment and of your mindset so that your essence can flow without obstruction. Avoid the confusion of the misaligned. If you haven't been listening to your instincts, the dissolution of your reality may feel terrifying. Do not waste energy on the shoulds of the past. Sticking to your point of view creates the building blocks for a massive manifestation, one that is on the way just 14 years down the road. And you won't need anyone else's approval because you will be too busy producing your own results. And with Uranus going from Taurus into Gemini on April 25th, this is about the freedom to explore. For you, this is taking the brakes off, which may feel like a massive relief after 7 years of friction. For those of you who are born in the last week of Aquarius, you are finishing the transition that requires you to be shockingly yourself. And then for those of you born in the first week of Aquarius, on April 25th, it will mark the beginning of a creative explosion. You are entering a cycle where you can take all that Plutonian power and start to create the version of yourself that you always dreamed of. You are unlocking the freedom to explore things deeply, not just wide. Uranus illuminates the sacred truth of your essence. It breaks up the structures that were keeping you stagnant and can introduce you to resonant souls who can take the training wheels off of your life. If you don't like the results that you're seeing in early summer, it is a sign that you are taking the wrong actions. Do not double down on mistakes. You are going to want to course correct immediately based on those results. Sticking to your truth creates a boundary against anyone who is not in harmony with you, because you become so rooted in your own magnetism that other people's opinions aren't even a concern anymore. And doing all of this is going to allow you to harness the energy of Saturn in 2026. Because with Saturn shifting into Aries on February 13th, it is joining Neptune, and it is affecting all of you born in the first 2 weeks of Aquarius. And this is where the first fruits of your hard work will start to show up. You are being rewarded with the first concrete manifestations of your new life. Saturn is giving you the discipline to turn eccentric ideas into a structured reality. You are becoming responsible for your own ideals, and Saturn is helping you move from dreaming into producing by aligning your action with your spiritual sources. It eliminates the garbage that has been draining your energy, the unaligned friendships, the distracting social media loops, and the approval-seeking habits. Refusing to be committed to who you actually are will lead to a hard, cold slap from Saturn. If you don't do the work to produce your ideals, Saturn will continue to block your expansion until you do. And this creates an acceleration of your timeline. By remaining steadfast and eccentric, you build a foundation that will serve you for the next 30 years. And in order to really grow in 2026, you have to leverage Jupiter, because Jupiter is finishing moving through the last half of Cancer until June 30th. This is the ultimate harmony reset. And until June, you are in a sort of feeling check. You're facing your emotions, and you're doing so in order to optimize your energy. And from June 30th onward, you enter the harvest time, which can be good for your relationships, for your growth, for your career. Now, Aquarius, I get it. Facing feelings isn't your favorite thing to do. Intellectualizing them, giving them a voice, fine. But actually facing them, maybe not. So, you have to remember that this is about reclaiming the energy that you used to waste on other people's opinions. And you are learning to follow your heart regardless of whether you get applause or not. You are learning to follow your heart regardless of whether you get applause or not. And Jupiter magnifies your heart-centered abundance. It pushes you to play a role that aligns with your true self, which in turn attracts resonant partners and powerful allies. Do not give in to external pressure to play some sort of safe or more acceptable role. If you ignore your own heart to please others, Jupiter and Pluto will create intense, unsustainable stress in your life. Doubling down on your authenticity unlocks the harvest of the last 6 years, allowing you to set up a highly productive period where you finally feel the freedom of being the authority of your own life. Aquarius, 2026 is the year that you realize that you are the magnet, and that being magnetic is your destiny. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg for approval. And you don't need to follow an old script. Align with your spiritual team. Trust your divine timing. And remember, it is time to take your own side.